Hey, welcome back once again, Knicks fan. Just wanted to drop a quick video about Julius Randle and Obi Toppin. The organization, they definitely have a decision to make probably over the next year. Who will they trade? Who are they keeping? Obviously, we already know they've signed Julius Randle to the long-term deal. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to keep him. Obviously, Julius Randle seemed to have had a great season last year. They signed him. He regressed this year. And not just that, there's been like he's really struggled basically with the pressures of dealing with the fan base, and and so it's been really tough. It's been a really tough first season for him, and also apparently it seems like it's been also a tough season for his family as of overall. Obviously, that's something nobody's is looking for. This is all about the man himself and his game on the court, nothing else. However, we want to basically do a fair evaluation of both of these players. Um, we're not the GM. We don't have as much information as they would have on these guys. They have basically thousands of hours of tape, scout breakdowns. They watch these guys in practice. They watch them play. They know them personally, and they've probably already made their decision. But it's up to you. You play the GM. Who do you think the Knicks should keep, or who would you keep, right? And so right here, I just have some statistics, just so we can go over and so we can compare both players, just to see, who might have the higher upside in the future, right? And to see who might the organization might be better off with. And so obviously we started off with Julius up top and Obi Toppin at the bottom, but we want to go over the stats. So basically, Julius Randle, he's shooting 41% from the field, and he allows 45.6% from the opponent, from the opposing offensive players. And so he has a net negative field goal of about minus 4.1%. His PER is about 16.3. Win share is 3.4. He's played 2,415 minutes, and his win shares per minute is about 0.0014, right? And so Julius Randle, he's really struggled with efficiency this year. Actually, it's not the first time. Last year was probably the first time where uh, his efficiency, where he was a net positive, where his offensive rating was basically higher than his defensive rating, even at the individual level, where he basically shot a higher field goal percentage than the opponent's shot against him. Last year was probably, I think, might have been the only time he's done that in his career. And we definitely know he did it last year. This year is actually back to a negative, and so that's just that's really the biggest problem with Julius. Obviously, just his efficiency is really low. And actually, people forget Julius Randle is not a guard. He's not a small forward. He's a power forward, and so it's very rare that you get a power forward that's shooting 41.5% from the field. That's just you just don't see that very often for a guy his size. That is extremely inefficient, and especially for a guy with his size and skill set, right? The guy can dribble, pass, and shoot, but it seems like he doesn't know when to do either one. Doesn't know when to dribble, when to pass, or when to shoot. And look, he's a very talented individual. And I know it sounds harsh, but this is no way to be personal. It's just an honest evaluation of what I see from this guy on the court as an individual. And so, of course, we have Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is shooting 51% from the field. He allows 41.7% to be shot against him. So that's what opposing offensive players shoot against Obi, which is not bad. That's pretty good. But then again, also keep in mind, Obi Toppin is coming off the bench, so he's playing against bench players a lot most of the time. But his net field goal percentage is 9.2. So he's basically 9% more efficient than his matchups every night. Whereas Julius Randle was 4% less efficient than his opponents every night. PER for OB is 16.1. Remember, Julius, his is 16.3. This is basically production per minute for each of these players. And so these guys are very similar. And Obi gets way less minutes than Julius does, but his production per minute seems to match Julius. And so win shares for this season, Julius was at 3.4, Obi's at 2.2. And although Julius is one game higher than over one game more than um, Julius is over one game more than Obi, you have to look at the minutes as well. Julius has gotten more than two times the amount, what it looks like three times the amount of minutes Obi has gotten, Julius has 2,415. Obi's only got 889. And so when you basically break it down, so that's why I decided to break it down to win shares per minute. Win shares per minute uh, for Julius was 0.0014, where Obi is 0.0025. And so across the board, it just seems like Obi is the more efficient player than Julius is. And so that's why I would prefer to go with, I would always prefer to go with like Obi Toppins over Julius. Like I said before, don't get me wrong, the only one, Julius is a beast on the boards. I'm not sure if Obi's going to be able to replicate what Julius does on the boards. Although Obi does average a pretty decent amount of rebounds per game. He averages 3.5 rebounds. That's not bad given the number of minutes he's playing per game. Julius averages 10. Obi averages 3.5. But Julius averages like 38 minutes a game. Obi's like averaging maybe like 10 minutes a game or a little less. So that's I don't think he's a slouch in that department as well. But I'm not sure if he's definitely gonna be able to replicate the production that Julius Randle is putting out, especially in the rebounding department. I just wanted to basically take a look at the PER, how it breaks down per minute. Although it kind of seems so because the PER is actually production per minute already. And so breaking it down even further probably doesn't make any sense. So let's just leave that alone. Um, However, that's pretty much what I have, guys. Who would you guys keep? You're the GM. Who do you keep? Obi Toppin, Julius Randle. Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll be more than happy to respond. I really can't wait to see what you guys have, who you guys pick. Thank you very much.